Hey, hello guys, and today we're gonna talk with you about the movie Abigail. Okay, okay. Are we starting already? No, or yes? What the heck is going on here? Hi. What is going on? Okay, oh, okay. Now we're talking. But I think I need to do a few things here. Because I think that, of course, oh, sorry, just a few seconds. We need to adjust a few things, like okay, and now I think we should. Yeah. Now I hear the noise, so yeah, here we go. I hope it's a little bit better, maybe, but I'm not sure about it. So, okay. Anyway, we're talking today about the movie Abigail, and you know, I really wanted to check this movie, and also, you see, I have a background, a new background, and also I have this little piano for, I think, these, oh my gosh, a bits dolls. So it's no, don't fall, please. We have here an android of Draco and Ronald Weasley with a bit so bodies. No one literally cares about it, but yeah. And I have nothing of things that can be considered part of ballet dancing. So we have my just walk. How do you call them? Writing down the notes with the Beethoven and just usual. Not the piano. How do you call it? Grand piano? Oh. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Okay, anyway. We're talking today about Abigail, and I actually finished watching the movie maybe an hour ago, maybe hour and 10 minutes or so, and I really wanted to check this movie because it looked in the trailer pretty interesting. It looked funny, it looked unusual, and I was like, yeah, I want to check it. And also, this movie was made by Universal Pictures. Yeah, a good company, good production, and also, hi, what are you doing here? Anyway. So. I really want to check it. Oh, and as I said before, I was really looking
for watching it, and I was really excited. But now after watching it, I'm like, man, I don't really know. Like, maybe it's me, because sometimes I hype myself about some movies and then I watch them, and I'm like, I'm so disappointed. Uh,
Yeah,
here, not
not
that
that I'm
I'm disappointed
disappointed
in
in
it,
it.
like,
Like,
it
it
was
was
okay,
okay,
but
but
I
I
kind
kind
of
of
feel
feel
that
that
it's
it's
one
one
of
of
those
those
movies
movies
like
like
Cocaine
Cocaine
Bear
Bear
that
that
everyone,
everyone
around
around
was
was
like,
like,
this
this
is
is
the
the
best
best
movie
movie
of,
of,
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know,
century or
century or
something
something
like
like
that.
that.
And I
I
also
also
read a
read a
few
few comments
comments on YouTube that
that
the
the
critic
critic
said
said
that
that
this
this
movie
movie
is
is
like
like
the
the
best
best
movie
movie
of
of
this
this
year
year
so
so
far,
far,
or
or
stuff
stuff
like
like
that.
that.
And
And
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know,
like,
like,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Mm,
Mm, I
I had
had
a
a
few
few
problems
problems
with
with
this
this
movie.
movie. Ah,
For
for
example,
example,
well,
well,
maybe we need to go from
from
start.
start
From
from
the start, I don't know, like, I wrote down some things that were said there, etc. And also, one of the problems I had while watching this movie was that for me, it was like kind of boring. The first 30 or maybe 40 minutes were like, I don't know, meh, and most of the action, like, or interesting, we
we
only
only
got
got
to
to
the
the
interesting
interesting
part
part
from
from
maybe
maybe
half
half
an
an
hour
hour
later,
later,
or
or
maybe
maybe
at
at
the
the
mark
mark
of
of
40
40
minutes or
minutes or
something
something
like
like
that,
that,
because
because
at the
at the
beginning I
beginning I
was
was
like,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
watched
watched
it
it
on
on
1.5
1.5
speed, or
speed or
maybe
maybe
one
one
and six
six
sometimes.
sometimes.
And
And
well,
well,
the
the
story
story
was,
was,
yeah,
yeah,
nicely
nicely
kind
kind
of
of
short.
short.
And
And
at the
at the
beginning,
beginning,
we
we
saw
saw
this
this
ballet
ballet
dancer,
dancer,
and
and
she
she
was
was
dancing
dancing
while
while
her
her
kidnappers
kidnappers
were
were
like
like
mm, talking
talking
about
about
her kidnapping,
kidnapping
actually.
actually.
And
And
also,
also,
one
one
of the
of the
things
things
I
I
knew
knew
about
about
this
this
movie
movie
is
is
that
that
one
one
of
of
the
the
characters,
characters,
there,
there,
well,
well,
he
he
passed away.
a
And before
before
this
this
movie
movie
mm, was
was
shown
shown
in
in
theaters,
theaters,
and
and
yeah,
yeah,
that's a
a
sad
sad
part
part
of
of
it.
it.
And
And
one
one
of
of
the,
the
like,
like
good
good
things
things
that
that
the
the
creators,
creators
they
they
left
left
all
all
the
the
parts
parts
of
of
his
his
in
in
it,
it,
and
and
also
also
a
a
nice
nice
detail
detail
was
was
that
that
the
the
actor
actor
Agnes Cloud,
out,
I
I
think,
think,
he
he
picked
picked
the
the
song
song
there
there
that
that
he
he
was
was
singing,
singing,
and
and
they
they
left
left
this
this
song
song
in
in
the
the
movie,
movie,
and
and
it
it
kind of
kind of
reminded
reminded
me
me
about
about
that
that
scene
scene
that
that
we
we
boy
boy
fans
fans
like
like
when
when
our
our
favorite
favorite
Scarface,
Scarface,
boy Scarface, Anthony McConaughey,
Connie,
he was singing.
he,
Well,
well,
he
he
was
was
whistling.
whistling.
It's a
It's a
new
new
day,
day,
it's a
it's a
new
new
dawn,
dawn,
and
and
I'm
I'm
feeling
feeling
good.
good.
And
And
we
we
were
were
like,
like,
yay!
yay!
And
And
then
then
later,
later,
the
the
actor
actor
David
David
Wallison,
Wallison,
he
he
said
said
that
that
actually
actually
he
he
suggested
suggested
these and
and
exactly
exactly
this
this
song,
song,
and
and
we
we
were
were
like,
like,
yay!
yay!
It's a
It's a
nice
nice
piece
piece
of
of
information,
information,
especially
especially
when
when
it's
it's
one
one
of
of
your
your
favorite
favorite
character.
character.
And you
You
just
just
like
like
all
all
the
the
pieces
pieces
of
of
information about them.
them.
So
So
here
here
we
we
got
got
this
this
ballet
ballet.
dancer, and actually,
Actually,
at
at
first
first
I
I thought
thought that the
the
idea
idea
was
was
like
like
super
super
cool,
cool,
but
but you know, Um,
Mm,
the more we got into this movie and closer to the end, I was like, it's kind of getting a little bit annoying. This whole dancing thing, and
yeah,
I was at first so hyped up, like, yeah, we're getting this
interesting story
story and ballet dancer, like a kid who is killing everyone.
But
But
actually,
actually,
I
I
kind
kind
of
of
thought
thought
that
that
she
she
was
was
really
really
a
a
kid.
kid.
I never
Never
got
got
the
the
thing
thing
that,
that,
yeah,
yeah,
she's
she's
like
like
Claudia
Claudia
in
in
uh, interview
interview
with
with
the
a
vampire,
vampire,
that
that
she
she
would
would
be
be
a
a
few
few
centuries
centuries
old,
old,
and
and
she
she
was
was
just
just
mimic
mimic
being a
being a
girl,
girl,
and
and
yeah.
yeah.
So
So
they
they
were
were
calling
calling
her
her
Tiny
Tiny
Dancer,
Dancer,
and
and
this
this
guy
guy,
Lambert,
Lambert,
he
he
organized
organized
this
this
whole
whole
thing,
thing,
and
and
he asked
asked
this
this
like, how
how
much
much
they
they
were
were
there?
there.
1, 2, 3, 4,
4,
5,
5,
6
6
guys.
guys.
No,
No,
well,
well,
girls
girls
and
and
guys.
guys.
Well,
Well,
6
6
people to
to
help
help
him
him
kidnap
kidnap
this
this
girl,
girl,
and
and
then they
they
drove
drove
her.
her.
Um, and
And
the
the
kidnapping
kidnapping
was
was
kind
kind
of
of
violent,
violent,
and
and
that's
that's
one
one
of
of
the
the
things.
things.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's
evil,
evil,
thin,
thin,
etc.,
etc.,
etc.
etc.
But
But
at
at
the
the
end,
end,
in
in
one
one
of
of
the
the
scenes,
scenes,
like
like
almost final
final
scene,
scene,
when Abigail
Abigail
was
was
kicked,
kicked,
and
and
like one
one
of
of
the
the
characters
characters
was
was
really,
really,
really
really
hurting
hurting
her.
her.
Uh,
Uh,
you know,
no,
sometimes
sometimes
in
in
horrors,
horrors,
especially
especially
when
when
there
there
are
are
some
some
evil
evil
kids
kids
or
or
evil
evil
stuff,
stuff,
etc.,
etc.
you, even
Even
if
if
someone
someone
heard
heard
this
this
evil
evil
stuff,
stuff,
you're
you're
kind
kind
of
of
not
not
feeling
feeling
bad
bad
for
for
them.
them.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Let's
let's
talk
talk
about
about
me.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
almost
almost
always
always
feel
feel
bad
bad
for some
some
characters
characters
because
because
they're
they're
just
just
misunderstood.
misunderstood.
Like,
Like,
I
I
really
really
felt
felt
bad
bad
for
for
Mira Mira,
Mira,
and
and
well, they're
they're
not
not
kids,
kids,
yeah,
yeah,
but
but
I
I
mean
mean
in
in
general,
general, in general,
for
for
bad
bad
creatures,
creatures,
and
and
for
for
Shelley,
Shelley,
for
for
example,
example,
Mira
Mira
Mira,
Mira,
Baghead,
Baghead,
my
my
latest
latest
obsession,
obsession,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
so,
So,
so, so,
so,
um,
um,
as as
as
I
I
was
was
talking about this Abigail, here
here
when
when
at
at
the
the
end,
end,
exactly
exactly
at
at
the
the
end,
end,
that
that
character
character
was
was
kicking
kicking
her,
her,
and
and
it
it
looked
looked
really
really
painful,
painful,
and
and
I
I
was
was
like,
like,
ew.
ew.
Like, I don't
Don't
feel
feel
satisfaction. I
satisfaction. I
just
just
feel
feel
that
that
this
this
character
character
is
is
just
just
abusing
abusing
a
a
kid,
kid.
and
Mm,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Maybe
Maybe I thought that this movie would be more simple in structure. We
we
have
have
this
this
weird.
weird.
We
We
would
would
have
have
this
this
weird
weird
kid
kid
ballet
ballet
dancer,
dancer,
and
and
she
she
would
was
just
just
run
run
around
around
trying
trying
to
to
kill
kill
everyone,
everyone,
and
and
they
they
were
were
like
like
screaming,
screaming,
etc.
etc.
Well,
Well,
you
you
know,
know,
like
like
this
this
cheap
cheap
kind
kind
of
of
plot,
plot,
but
but
then they put drama into
into
it,
it,
and
and
a
a
lot of
lot of
stuff
stuff
there,
there,
and
and
also
also
they put some
some
more drama there. So our
our
six
six
kidnappers.
uh,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
So
So
we
we
have
have
this
this
main
main
character,
character
Joey,
Joey,
and
and
at
at
first
first
I
I
was
was
kind of not
not
really
really
not
not
impressed
impressed
with
with
her
her
because
because
I
I
thought
thought
that
that
she
she
was
was
like,
like,
I'm
I'm
not
not
like
like
the
the
other
other
girls
girls
type
type
of
of
character.
character. and
she
kind
kind
of
of
was
was
like,
like,
I'm
I'm
so
so misunderstood, and I'm
I'm
dark
dark,
and mysterious,
serious,
and
and
I can like
like
tell
tell
everything
everything about
about everyone
everyone
here.
here.
And
And
also,
also
we had
this
this hacker
hacker
girl
girl
who,
who,
as
as
we
we
learned
learned
from the beginning, was just a rich girl who was just bored. And yeah, also we had this muscle guy. And at first, when I was watching the trailer, actually, I think Abigail was maybe also one of the movies I made recaps, edits of the trailers. Uh, okay, whatever. So, um, when I first watched the trailer, I was like, is Elon Musk there? And it turned out that it wasn't him. And yeah, even now I found a few comments like if Elon Musk put a lot of weight and became a little bit higher, something like that, and hey, this doppelganger Elon Musk character, etc. And I found it kind of funny. And yeah, there are some instances when I'm like, I'm feeling that I saw this character somewhere, but then no. But I guess like we're all people, and a lot of people look like a lot of people because like we have a lot of people in our world. So as I said before, except our main character Joey and this hacker girl, and I didn't even bother to actually learn the names. I think the hacker girl was Sammy. Well, the Lambert, he gave them kind of fake names because some of them were like, we need to communicate with each other, etc. And yeah, then later we found out what their names were, but it was like in 1 second too much information, and I was like, okay. So another character, as I said before, Muscle Man, who was pretty stupid, and his whole shtick was that he was just drinking and that's it. And yeah, he was Elon Musk doppelganger. Just his face, that's all. And also we had ex detective Frank, I think. Yeah, I think Frank. And also Army Guy, and the character who Agnes Cloud played, and as Joey uh, characterized him, probably a psychopath. So yeah, good role. And you know, I'm kind of trying to be respectful. Yeah, I'm really sorry for that this actor passed away, but the character was so bad. Like, one of my biggest problems here that the characters were not really likable. Yeah, we had this main character like, I'm not like the other one, and I was like, you're just the same as dozens of other main characters in horror movies and not in horror movies. And she also kind of reminded me of that main character in Rebel Moon, but I never actually watched that series, so I don't know. And yeah, they were pretty unlikable because ex detective Frank was like, um, kind of rude and kind of an asshole. The social, kind of probably sociopath guy, he was trying to kind of force himself on this hacker girl, and army guy was just army guy. Well, I would like to say that his all um, characteristic personality was being an army guy, but he was like absolutely bl- blank character, like nothing at all. So at least in our main character storyline, we got that she was a mother, she had her son, etc., etc., and she was the only one who was trying to be um, kind of polite and caring with this young kid who was, I'm so scared, I don't know where I am, etc., etc., etc. And everyone else, well, most of them, for a long time, they were just drinking, and that's all. Uh, well, at least at the beginning, and I was like, I'm supposed to like you guys. Like, why would I? And yeah, I think the main problem was that they were all pretty unlikable. Like in some movies, well, even in Imaginary, the movie we talked about yesterday with you, I kind of like the characters there. Well, our main character, our mom, stepmom, was nice. She had good intentions, and the kids were okayish. Like even Taylor, who was being like typical teenager, she was just um, having problems with adjusting to this lifestyle, and that she actually uh, had a biological mom, but now she has this stepmom that just want, well, it seems like she wants to take a place of the biological mom, and yeah, and also the husband was nice, even if we saw him for just 20 minutes, maybe. Because, well, okay, for the first 30 minutes, okay, maybe, um, plus minus, near that. And he was okay, he was pretty nice dad. And here, maybe one of my problems was that I didn't actually like Abigail, and she was kind of pissing me out. She was really pissing me out when she turned into mm, the vampire. She was, I don't even know, like, I kind of, well, the problem was that we knew she was a vampire, so we were expecting, and when she was crying like, "Oh no, I'm so scared," etc., we already knew that she was faking it, and maybe that's what kind of spoiled this whole thing for me, because when you aren't expecting it, you're like, wow, something interesting. Wow, I never actually expected this, but you sit in for, I think, how many minutes? Mm, Maybe 30 minutes or 40, and you just knows. you just notice that she's just faking it. And yeah. So also one of the weirdest thing here, and there's gonna be a lot of spoilers, I think, but um, a lot of weird things. Uh, One of the weird things here was when this Joey girl and some of the guys were like putting their masks like here, and I kind of always kind of find it hilarious because there are a few people who just wear usual masks, and you can see their eyes, their bone structure, and also you can see what race they are, uh, and it's it doesn't really doing much. And also when this army guy was like this, like, you can see me at all now. And I was like, what the heck? What the heck? Even when they were trying to kidnap this girl, only one character was in full mask. They were only like this. And it's so, like, kind of stupid. Okay. And then Abigail said, well, just almost in the beginning when they were talking with Joey and she took the blindfold off the girl and she like put the handcuffs from her back to the front. She locked her arms, I think, and they also made a pinky promise that Joey promised that she would not let anyone hurt Abigail. And you know, that's one of my problems with the ending. Like, at the end, Abigail was like, Pinky promise, you remember? And I was like, Pinky promise? Really? You were trying to kill her? Pinky promise. But okay, I guess. Okay, fine. And they learned that this girl, her father was Christophe Lazare, a crime boss and kind of antichrist, as Frank put it. And he had this hitman, Valdez, who could rip people apart, etc. And also, well, not to jump a little bit forward, yeah. Let's let's take a few steps back. They kind of messed the rules, and I was expecting at first that everything, because we saw that scene where this whole building would lock down the windows, etc., etc., etc. And at first I thought that it would be maybe because they messed up the rules. Like this Lambert, he said that you mm, can't see her, only this Joey girl can see the girl and check her, etc., etc., etc. And no, that wasn't it. That was far from it. And then, yeah, everyone else was. When Joel was talking with this girl, everyone else was below on the first floor just drinking. And yeah, they were like, oh, only 22 hours left, etc., etc. And also, when they were looking around, they found ancient library. And then our Joey, she opened not curtains, but like the thing that blocked the windows there, the window, main window, like circle window, and we saw this light at the bottom of it, and I was like, yeah, I think it would totally like play a big role, and it kind of did. I think, yeah, it kind of did. I was more expecting that then they would just go into this room and push this girl right in the center, and she would burn, etc. And also about burning, it's kind of interesting concept here. And well, let's talk about it like right now. Maybe not in the biggest future. So about this light. So these vampires, well, at least our Abigail, um, or no, okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Um, so, so. Uh, there were a few moments here, like our tech girl. Also, she was watching, I think, Woody Woodpecker or something like that. Like, anyway, I just find it's really interesting sometimes what types of movies the creators decide to put. Like in the imaginary, we saw this Warm Bodies movie, and I was like, okay, okay. She was sitting in her room, and this probably psychopath guy just appeared in this mask, and I kind of made fun of it because I was like, oh, Winnie the Pooh, another one. Look. Uh, so, mm, so. Um, where are we? Where are we? And it kind of was a jump scare, but actually, here I was like, okay, even if we had these scary moments, they were not really that loud, I think, because in imaginary, yeah, boo every time, and it kind of gets really boring, actually, after some time. So, then, mm, then, we got a few more scenes with our kind of sociopath guy, Dean. Yeah, Dean. And I also read a few comments about this movie is just excellent, it's just phenomenal, and jokes here are very funny. And I was just, trying to find these super funny jokes. Maybe a few times I was like, huh, okay, but I wasn't like really laughing or stuff like that. Like, for example, in Marry My Dead Body, some of the moments there were pretty funny, and I was really enjoying watching it. And also, I watched recently. I'm trying to make this video about movies I watched in April, but in brief, I watched a short film, Fool's Day. It was made in 2013, and it was funny, and I was really enjoying myself while watching it, because I liked the concept, and it was fun. And here, I don't know. Especially, I was joking with myself because they were talking about funny jokes, etc. And when our dean took the marker to write something, to draw something on our muscular guy's face, I was like, is funny jokes here, all the funny jokes here, like that he's drawing a penis on his face, and yeah, he truly drew a penis on this muscle guy's face, and I was like, haha. Haha, really, haha. Okay, so then we had a quick death of our dean, and he was like decapitated. Let's put it like that. Can you say stuff like that on YouTube? I don't know. But I'm thinking right now I'm not on monetization, etc. So I don't think it really truly matters. Anyway. So, oh, I can put a like here or what? I see a heart. It's fun. anyway. So. After this, our hacker girl, she found him, and his head kind of fell off, and then we learned about this Valdez. Oh, my legs. He he is Lazarus hate man, and this is his signature, that he takes someone's head off, or sometimes he put all the blood and rip bodies apart and take organs out, etc. And well, the girl kind of messed with them. Like she. So. I'm trying to think what to say about it, because it was like, yeah, but at the same time. So, after this, our army guy, he wanted to get out, and then they realized that they were locked. Especially, we had this funny joke with our muscle man, like our army guy couldn't like open the door, and then this muscle man, he was like, let me. He run, and no. Nothing happened, and yeah. They realized that it was a trap, and then something got like put in place, and then the windows got shut down, etc. And then we once again got the scene with Abigail, and she was telling Joey that this guy that they were looking for, they were thinking that maybe this Valdez guy, he's in the building with them, or maybe he's one of them. And then this girl was like, oh, this guy, well, Frank, the ex-detective, he told me not to tell because it's a secret, but he walks with my father and he's Valdez and I'm so scared of him, etc., etc., etc. And I was like, you little shit, you little shit. And from this point, it kind of got kind of interesting, and then they were quarreling, etc., etc., etc. Especially also this army guy was died because I actually didn't quite get why he was like killed, because they showed him to us and his injuries kind of looked like he had bubonic plague or something like that, and I was like, uh, what happened here? Like, she can put some curses like that on people, but I think no, she just kind of half eaten him or something like that, and yeah, one less guy, and actually, like, about army guy, we haven't learned anything about him, like, at all, because our Joey, when she was in the beginning learning about, telling us about I know everything about you, about these characters, she just said about him that he was in services, probably army. Well, she said, I would say only sympathy, etc., sympathy. Well, this thing, and that's it. That's it. That's it. And that was the whole thing about him. That was it. That was it. So um, we after this whole thing, yeah, they were quarreling, etc., etc., etc. And Joe was like, "No, it's Frank. No, yada yada yada." And Frank went there, and Abigail was like just putting handcuffs off, etc. And it kind of reminded me about one of the TikToks that I watched today, I think, about some drama, and there one of the girl was put in prison, and she just went there, and the guards were like, why are you oh, it's you again, like, welcome back. Why are you put in here this time? She was like, I don't know. She was putting the handcuff on her hand, and then they asked if she was hungry, and then she just put the handcuff off and was like, yeah, yeah. And they were like, yeah, make yourself at home, etc. And here, the same thing. This girl was like, I'm taking the handcuffs off, on. I think she was just playing with them. But at the same time, like, no one really hurt anything. Well, maybe she was this stealthy girl, but whatever, whatever. And yeah, then we had this incredibly made scene when they shot her in the face, and she was like smearing it, and it was nothing there. It looked really cool, and I think that Abigail is one of those movies where you have like almost all epic moments, and the trailer is, well, uh, the one that really hooks you into watching this movie. So um, about our girl and everyone else. So they locked her in the room, and they were like, "Oh, we kidnapped a freaking vampire, a ballerina vampire, and she's Valdez." And we had these weird jokes with our muscle guy. I thought her name was Abigail, and this whole guy's shtick was that he was stupid. And one of the show my mom kind of liked on the TV is where one of the character always say stuff that is incorrect. Like, I don't know, maybe he would say, like, I don't know what to say even. Like, kind of jokes like, well, instead of destination, maybe masturbation or something like that. And this whole jokes about one thing instead of another, and well, just stupidity. And this whole character, his whole thing is being stupid, and a lot of people find it absolutely hilarious. He's the best character ever. He's such a big idiot. It's so funny. And I was like, no, here the same thing. And not impressed. Only I kind of find one of the jokes here kind of interesting, because they were trying to well talk about vampires, and they were like, what do we know about vampires? And our hacker girl was like, what are we talking about, Anne Rice or True Blood, or Twilight? And everyone was looking at her. Well, we would get to the jokes later. To the jokes later, but I kind of found an interesting reference to these all different kind of vampires. Though I thought that they would talk about maybe Dracula, and as I kind of got, the Abigail was Dracula's daughter. And the thing I would like to know more is about her, like why she became who she was, etc., 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 etc. And yeah, so Anne Rice, like my girl, really, really, um, like really, really like Anne Rice, and Lestat is her favorite characters of all. I only, when I was much, much younger, watched Interview with the Vampire, and I even, after watching, I read a book, and it's the right way to do it. And actually, she made a video about it pretty recently, that she was really, really into this first story about Interview with the Vampire, but then, and she kind of hated Lestat because he was, no, he's a bad character, etc. He turned this pure man into vampire. But then, with more and more books, she learned that Lestat is pretty okayish, and that guy was not really reliable teller. So about this whole thing, so they decided to Um, to find a garlic and some stick to put through her heart, and also crucifix, or like cross. And because we learned that vampires would die because of it, etc. And also we had these funny jokes, like it was kind of offensive, because I don't know, it was really weird joke, because um, our hacker girl, she wasn't really stupid, and the whole shtick was really the whole this joke was really stupid, because they told her to bring the garlic, and she brought onions, and she was like, oh, I don't know how to cook, and and you don't need to know how to cook to differ garlic from onions, because they look pretty different. And I don't know about you, but we have like children's book, and when parents are trying to help their kids to learn letters, they have these books when we have an object and a letter, um, with what this object starts. And for example, the picture can be a garlic and it's G, or O and it's an onion, etc. And it's like basics. Like we're not talking about I don't know, macadamia nuts, etc., because a lot of people don't even know what they're looking like, etc., especially because you're poor. Let's put it like that. And also with different areas you have different stuff that's well, pretty common for the area. Anyway, here we have this story. So, um, our crew like got garlic, and also Joey was like, "No, I'm not going with you. The three of you go there." And our hacker girl, she brought garlic, and our muscle guy, he brought a crucifix, he brought his little cross, and our Frank, ex-detective, he brought like a stick that he was going to put into our girl's body. And we saw that the kid was dancing with the headless body of Dean, and that was kind of weird. But I think the whole thing of this movie was that, yeah, they're kind of weird, etc. And we kind of one page less in the script. So yeah, she it turned out that she wasn't scared of anything, and she kicked their asses, because the garlic, she was like, I like in the smell, and the crucifix, like the cross, little did nothing, and the stick, like she just grabbed it and put away, etc. But in the end, it turned out that actually the stick in the heart would just explode the vampires, and it was so weird. Uh, it was too much, I think, and also with the light. It turned out that when the vampire would any sunlight would get into the vampire. Especially, it was really, really weird when, yeah, when part of it got into Abigail's hand. Her hand was like, her hand exploded kind of, but it started to regenerate pretty quickly. But usually, as we turned out, you can just put with the mirror or stuff like that a little sunlight at some vampire, and it would just, he or she, yeah, would just explode. And okay, and yeah, the same thing with the stick in the heart. So yeah, it was weird. Like, sometimes you need more details, like why, and etc, etc, etc. But we kind of were like, okay, I guess that's the rules of this universe, whatever. Then they found kind of a coffin. They thought it was a coffin, but it wasn't a coffin, it was just a place to put stuff in. And then they found some place where there were a lot of bodies, and actually, it wasn't really developed any further than that. Uh, they just had a pool of dead bodies. Okay, okay, why? I mean, like, she's, yeah, she's immortal being, but at the same time, she's like, well, if you would have a place to be, uh, maybe for some time, would you really be comfortable to have a smell? I think they would have a smell, like dozens of dead bodies. What maybe the why they were not decomposing really much. Okay, anyway, anyway, anyway. Um. So 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 so. Um. Then they were playing this hide and seek, like chasing each other, etc., etc., etc. And Abigail was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so innocent, girl." Sometimes, and then she would just blow the door out of the like its place, etc. And yeah, yeah, yeah. Then Abigail um, beat our tag girl, and this tag girl was like, "Oh my gosh, would I turn into a vampire or not, etc." And Abigail was like, "Maybe," and she was like, "Oh my gosh, have you heard it, guys? Maybe," etc. And then Abigail, yeah, she made her a puppet of hers, and it was kind of I don't know what to say to you guys. I think it meant to be kind of funny, but I was like, I don't know. It was kind of funny that trying to overpower this girl's mind, Abigail decided to make her dance. But okay, I think okay. So mm, what else? What else? What else was? What else? What else? Mm. Oh yeah, they finally put Abigail in the cage, and she was like, then she um, was like. Please, please let me out. And Joe is like, cut the shit, and you were. You good at pretending to be a little girl, and thank you. I had a few centuries of experience. That's where we learned that she was a dark creature, and also old creature, and also I kind of thought that well, the characters, they found a statue of her dad and this little girl, and also they found some drawings in somewhere, somewhere. And I really thought that they would talk about it more, but no, no, they haven't, and it was weird. Like we should have guessed, but we saw the trailer. We guessed already, and especially because the whole premises of this movie was like she's a vampire ballerina. Yeah. Then our Abigail was like. I brought you all here. You brought us here. Jesus Christ! There were never any money. Lambert works for me, and then they said that it wasn't a coincidence that they all end up here because they kind of messed with her father's plans, and that's when she decided to put them there, and that's what she actually does. She brings some people that her father um, got screwed by, and she like finishes then just as Joey said, for her father maybe to love her back, because Abigail said that her father doesn't like you, and no matter what she does, he just doesn't care. And it was pretty sad. She said it in the beginning, and here Joey was like, yeah, let's put salt on some wounds. And yes, she basically said, like, how many enemies of him you have to kill before he loves you again. And then Abigail said this epic phrase, I think from the trailer, that I like playing with my food, when they were asking her about why haven't you just killed us? Why are you doing this whole thing? Because when those three characters went to her, she just kicked the asses and basically ate. She wasn't killing anyone, and yeah, Joe was like, quick question, who's inside the cage now? And Abigail was trying to bargain. She was like, if you let me out, then I would get the two of you out, let the two of you go, etc., etc., etc. And it was kind of funny because we learned that she could just kick the door out anytime, and she was just playing, and she was telling this ex-detective, and he was so full of himself, like, haha, you still believe that you believed me that when you would tell me how to get out of here, I would just free you, etc. And she was like, put this book in a library out, etc. And after, when he went into the library, actually that moment was kind of funny, because he was like, you're this old and you still believe in this thing, etc. And she was like, and he then began to search for this book, and he was like, haha, yeah, I found it, etc. And he took it out and nothing happened. Oh my gosh. And yeah, so then also a few jokes were with this ex-detective who now called our tech girl because she was bait. He was calling her like, who's going to go with Twilight? And any better idea, Nosferatu, etc., etc., etc. And it was like, you see, the characters were not really likable at all. Maybe Joey, and well, yeah, basically is. And it turned out that they were all not really, really good kind of people. And well, on the Joey, she kind of abandoned her son. Uh, and ex-detective, he also, well, yeah, he kind of also had it all. So, almost the same thing. And then, when they divided, our tech girl, she went with the muscle guy, and he was like, yeah, we're gonna do this because you're my friend, etc., etc. And then Abigail, like, possessed our girl. Oh, she was called, oh, her real name was not Sammy, but Jessica. Whatever. Possessed this tech girl. So like confusing, the real names and then the nicknames, etc. So she kind of, as I said before, she kind of possessed um, this girl and ordered her to do stuff, etc. And then we lost our muscle guy, and later we lost our this girl because the two of the guys who left, Frank and our Joey, they realized that something's fishy here. Also because Abigail, like, I don't get it. She's a few centuries old being, and then when these guys just uh, like went into the she wasn't really playing good. She was like, oh no, he's dead. She's got him. And also, the smoke was coming from her flesh because it wasn't really dark in that place. Some sunlight was coming through it, and yeah, then there was a scene in the library, as I told you before, with just one reflection. This tech girl was out, and yeah, then it was almost the ending, and I was like actually kind of bored here, because I got bored in the beginning, and also here I was like, I don't know, like maybe I don't know, like don't know. So we got, sorry for spoiling, etc., etc., etc. But we got this Lombard, and it turned out that he was a bad guy all alone, and he was also a vampire, etc., 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 etc. And he was an old acquaintance of our ex-detective, and he turned our Frank into vampire, thinking that they would kill Abigail and then her father, and they would rule the world, etc. But then Frank he turned into got turned to vampire, and he killed this Lombard, and he was trying to kill Abigail, and it turned out that you can actually kind of kill the vampire if you would drain the whole blood out. Also, this type of thing. Like, okay, the turning into vampire, like, I didn't quite get it because our um, Frank was puking the blood, so to be a vampire, you need to puke all of your blood or what? Like that was kind of weird, and um, yeah, he kind of said a few lines of "I fucking hate ballet." I'm telling the truth, guys. Here, so yeah. Mm, he got pretty obsessed with Joey. He was like, uh, I would make you a puppet of mine. And especially when Joey was running away, when he kind of, we thought that he might have killed Abigail, but she just got weak, and this Joey, she thought she was dying. She was gonna die, and she finally called her son, real son, that she kind of left, abandoned, let's say it like that. And she called him and left a voice message that you're the only thing good that I made in this life. So anyway, they were fighting a lot, etc., etc., etc. And with Frank, I mean, our Joey and Frank, and then the Abigail was like, I'm too weak, let's fight this Frank together. And Frank was enjoying himself. He was like, yeah, finally, I'm so powerful, I'm so good, I'm so awesome, etc. He was like Gaston there. Look at me, I'm so, look at me. And he said some like messed up stuff, like he told to Joey, I would make you my puppet, and then we would get to your son and I would force you to kill him. Like that was so messed up. And how he got like from an asshole to like high level, like, oh my gosh, the reddest flag ever. Like it was a big escalation, and pretty quick. So yeah. Then we saw this. Abigail was like, "I'll let you go if you would help me to kill him." And you remember Pinky promise. And this Frank, he kind of bit Joey, and he was like, now you're my puppet, etc. So open your eyes and then get out and then kill the girl. And the one thing I found kind of funny was, and yeah, as I was telling you before, in this scene he was kicking this Abigail, and it looked really painful, and I was like, nah, it looks really bad. Um, so, so he was like, and now kill the girl, etc. And Joey kind of almost killed him. And as Abigail then said, a thing about vampires, it takes a long fucking time to learn how to do all the cool shit. And then he exploded. This phrase was kind of okayish, and I think it is true in a lot of vampire stuff that you can just turn into some things, yeah, and just immediately have some abilities, and you need to realize what your special ability is. It kind of reminds me about Russian series about vampires, and Russian people and horrors. It's complicated theme, and because I like horrors, I checked sometimes when the horrors just began to be a thing in Russian cinematography. Well, nowadays cinematography, and the only like thing that I pretty liked was, well, there are a lot of, but I don't usually watch it now. So the thing I liked was the series about vampires of middle, like полоса, middle полоса, средней полосы, whatever. It have it's I like the concept there, that the family is the main thing, and yeah, some stuff there is weird, etc., and some jokes are like, nah, maybe not, but um, at the end of the day, they um, um, dinner or like drink, yeah, at the big table, and they're family and they protect each other, and I think that's what matters the most in some of the movies and series, even if there are a lot of bad stuff, like not bad, but I mean weak stuff there, that I like when everything like have some concept, good concept, and yeah. So I liked that series, and especially when I was watching how it was made, and it was really, really respectful. And there was a kid there, and yeah, she had some uh, really rocky relationships with the oldest vampire there, and then she got friends with one of the character's daughter, and I don't know, that was kind of sweet, because she just yeah, they were like, why do you play this, etc., but she never actually got to be a child, because she was turned into vampire after the Second World War, and it was sad. It was sad. So here, like everything ended, and they defeated this guy, and Abigail was like, "Yeah, thanks. Let's like you can go now, etc., etc., etc." And oh, also when this guy like exploded, I found kind of hilarious that scene when our Joe was like putting the stuff of him out of her, well, yeah, from her body, and was like, yeah, yeah, another part of him, yeah. And yeah, then she was like, I think I'm gonna, yeah. And I was really, really sitting there like, I wouldn't be surprised if an if Abigail would be like, yeah, come to the tea party or something like that. But no, of course, then this girl's father came, and Joey was like, you are Lazar, and he was like, I've been called a, a lot of names through years, etc. And I think some people hinted that he was a Dracula, but he was like, nah, I don't know, he was like this character. And he um, at first tried to hurt Joey, but Abigail was like, no, she was here when you went. And this father was like, I came when you needed me. But then he looked at Abigail and he was like, I'm here now. And it was a really, really weak scene. Like, if you were really, really, really into this, I didn't got it. Like, you wanted to tell us this big, big drama. Like, this girl, she was never really. She never really got the attention of her dad, but like, why he made her to be a vampire, and he initiated her in the library. Why he needed her? Like, I get when maybe if there were some circumstances, but at the same time, why? And especially because he, I think, never actually sees her, and that's like, okay, I guess, I don't know. That was weird, and especially when you have this line of, oh, this little poor girl, she was neglected by her father, and then we see her father, and he's like, I'm here. That's it. I'm here now, and that's it. Nothing of like, oh my gosh, my pure little thing, I'm so sorry for not being here, or stuff like that. Like, why you even needed him to be in this movie? Because I would like to say that it kind of got hope that Abigail would feel herself bad, etc. But no, no, we have this guy who's doing some weird stuff, and who is under the law, and we have this kid who do a dirty work for her father sometimes, and this is really like messed up. And why? Also, why? Like, I don't get it. And also, like, why they even needed to do it? Because I would get it if there were some mm, um, a group of vampires, but if you are the two existing vampires, maybe, I don't know. It's so weird. Because you don't need to eat, you don't need to drink, actually, you don't really need to sleep, I think. And yeah, well, you need blood, yeah, but still. And you don't really need to earn money. Well, maybe for I don't know, that was kind of okay-ish. And then this weird father, he kissed Joey's arm and was like, I think you should leave because it's getting awfully close to dinner time. And Abigail was like, see you around, Joey. Like, like I said, come to have a tea with us. No. And then Joey went out with, what the heck? And that was it. And then she went out, and that was the end of the movie. And I was like, I don't know what I feel about it. I actually don't know what I feel about it. I I really thought that I would be more hyped about it. I really thought that I would be like, yeah, this movie, it rocked, etc. But no, I think I got more like positive emotions out of even Easter Bloody Easter. I don't know, that was a weak uh, movie, especially, you know, uh, what I sometimes what is really interesting about movies, sometimes even when I was editing the review of the movie, um, after the movie, when I recorded the whole thing, I was like, I like this, I love that, etc., etc. But after after yeah, editing and watching over and over and over my words about the movie, and when I was like looking closely to some scenes, I was like, this character looks maybe not that good, etc., etc., etc. And I was like, what the heck? What the heck? And maybe with this movie, it would have. No, I don't think that this movie would be better for me. Like, I don't need a good movies. I just need movies that, even if they're bad, even if everything is bad there, after the movie, I would be like, yes, I watched that, I liked it, I have a few ideas, I need to do stuff, and not like after this Abigail, I was absolutely empty. And actually, uh, what's the problem with me and myself? I'm really weird human being, and after watching something, I'm really bad with emotions. I can't really articulate why something is bad, why something is good, and why I'm feeling these stuff right now. That's why I sometimes make edits, and sometimes I guess I'm just talking with my notebook, I guess, and also with you guys. As always, thanks for checking um, my live stream, and yeah, it was a pleasure to have you here. I would really like to know what were your opinions about this Abigail movie. Have you liked it? Have you not? And I just don't know. Um, I think mm, I just really got really hyped about this movie, and that's why right now I'm like this. Hello. Uh, though the movie is like, it's not bad, it's not like awful, etc. But I wouldn't say it's that good. Maybe it's not my type of theme. I don't even know what my type of movie is. I just like some comedy, some horror stuff, and some silliness in my movies, and sometimes, yeah, silly jokes, but at the same time, just kind of funny things. Maybe this movie wasn't for me because I didn't quite like the characters here, and Abigail kind of pissed me off a little bit, maybe not a little bit, through whole this movie, and this whole ballerina ballet dance thing. It was really fun as a concept, and maybe in the beginning, etc. But the more they showed it, the less I liked it, I think. So that were my all thoughts about these movies. like, what were your thoughts about Abigail, and were your expectations met, I think? And yeah, what types of movie you watched lately that you really, really liked? Because I think I need something in my life to really, really got obsessed with it. But maybe I just need to film some videos about old stuff I liked and wanted to talk with you about. I'm just feeling like when I try to like really make a nice video, I'm making too much mistakes, and then I get frustrated because of it. And when I'm editing, it's like annoying process. The editing is like the biggest trigger for me sometimes. And yeah, but maybe I'll finally make something. Maybe. But right now, I think I'm gonna go finally to sleep because it's like 2 a.m. So yeah, bye guys, and I see you. I guess.